Hey guys, what's up? This is White Boy for the win, and welcome back to Y Mega Evolve. Now today is Wednesday, and when it comes to Wednesdays, it's the Y Mega Evolve video's own special day where I pretty much talk about Pokemon that I've done in the past. Now today's Pokemon, we are going to be talking about one of the most requested Pokemon that people will like to receive a Mega for, and that is Milotic. Now personally for me, I don't really care if Milotic gets a Mega Evolution just because it's so good as it's so good on its own in competitive play that I wouldn't really care if it had a Mega or not. But for me personally, like I was saying, will I bitch and moan if they get a Mega? No. Will I be happy if it got a Mega? Obviously, but to me it's kind of both ways. I really don't care if it receives one, but I also don't care if it doesn't receive one. I think I said that wrong. I don't care if it receives one, and I also don't care if it doesn't receive one. There we go. But anyways, I wanted to talk about this Pokemon just because I know it's a fan favorite for a lot of people, and I haven't really talked about Milotic in a while, and I really wanted to talk about this Pokemon for a long time once again, and I felt like doing this on talking about Milotic on a Wednesday will be perfect for me to actually talk about this. So that's what we are doing. So as you can tell from what I've done to its stats, I did increase everything but left its physical attack alone. Obviously, it gets access to physical moves that can actually benefit it in competitive play, but I decided not to increase it nor decrease it just because Milotic's base stats are actually very fine as there is already, so there really is no reason for me to actually decrease a stat to increase another stat, just because I feel like if I do, it'll be really OP, and I don't really want that to happen to Milotic, because if you guys did or did not know, Gyarados and Milotic have the exact same base stats and pretty much all of its stats, but the one thing that's different is that they're kind of switched around, if that makes sense. So Gyarados and Milotic both have a base 60, both base 79, both base 100, both base 125, and both base 81. So like I said, they do have the exact same base stats and all their stats, but they're kind of just switched around a little bit, if that makes sense. For instance, Milotic's special defense is base 125. I mean, Gyarados' physical attack is probably base 125, and so on and so forth. So like I said, their stats are just mixed around, but they do have the exact same base stats in different stats, if that makes sense. I'm probably just mixed a lot of people's memory up. Okay, I'm sorry about that. But anyways, like I said, I really didn't want to increase or decrease its physical attack just because I don't want to make it, I don't need any more points to distribute into its other stats just because I feel like it'll be a lot more OP than it already is. And I've seen Milotic more of a special attacker rather than a physical attacker. Now for its special attack, I increased it from base 100 to base 140. Like I said, I've always envisioned Milotic being the special version, I wouldn't say special version, but I've always seen it as a special attacker. I mean, obviously it is. It gets access to, oh wow, surprisingly enough, it doesn't get access to Calm Mind. Wow, I thought it did. Holy shit. Well, it doesn't get access to any move that, from what I see, that can increase its special attack. But once again, it hits hard on its own already with just base 100. I mean, I personally know because I've used a Mega Milotic. I used a competitive Milotic in one of my competitive teams before, roughly when X and Y was still fairly new, and Milotic was, or Feebas was my first ever shiny Pokemon that I hatched from an egg, and that's when all the older Pokemon were starting to get transferred into X and Y, and this was before Pokebank was a thing. Right when Pokebank was released, I got my hands on a Milotic, and pretty much I bred and I got a random shiny Feebas, so that was actually very, very lucky. I don't have it anymore, sadly enough. My cousin actually deleted my save file on my Pokemon Y. But anyways, like I said, I've always envisioned Milotic being a special attacker as it already is. It gets access to a very, very good variety of a move pool for special attacks. For instance, it gets access to Dragon Pulse, Icy Wind, Water Pulse. It also gets access to Hypnosis, which is a very good covered move. It also gets access to Dragon Breath, Brine, Surf, Ice Beam, Hidden Power, recover, hydro pump, like it's all those moves that I just mentioned right there can pretty much be a move on a competitive Milotic. So like I said, base 140, I feel like it's a very good balanced base stats for a Mega Milotic, because I feel like with base 140 this thing will be doing a lot of damage to pretty much anything that comes across, and also be able to eat up any hit just because it's a very, very bulky Pokemon as well. That's what I like about Pokemon, is that they're offensive but bulky at the same time. That's my personal playstyle. I like to have a lot more bulkier Pokemon that are very offensive, and Milotic is just one of those Pokemon. So I would love Milotic's probably base stats if it does get a Mega like this. Now for its physical defense, I increased it from base 79 to base 99. Now obviously I know probably going to be someone who's going to say, why don't you just make it base 100, make it flat out even and round it out. Now I didn't really want to do that just because I'm too lazy and I didn't want to do the math work. But once again, it's bulky enough as it is. It has a base 95 HP stat and it maxes out at 394. So you can run a physical, defensive, bulky, bold, max HP, max physical defensive Milotic. I know some people who actually do that with base 79 physical defensive stat for a regular Milotic, just because it does get access. If I think it's Marvel Skill or Mobile, what is it called? Marvel skill, just because if you are burn, paralyzed, sleep, poison, or frozen, then your defensive stat gets increased by 50%. So that's why a lot of people run that set, but it still can be very, very viable even without the Marvel scale. So I think base 99 will be very, very good for a Pokemon like Milotic, just because it is bulky. It has some natural bulk behind it. Now for its special defense, I increased it from base 125 to base 155. Obviously Milotic is a special defensive wall. I've seen people, and also including myself, who actually ran a max HP, max special defense with Calm Nature Milotic and made like a bulky, specially defensive Milotic. I really actually loved it. I used Toxic, Recover, Scald, and one other move. I can't really remember just because I haven't used Milotic in a very long time. When I mean very long time, it's probably been a couple years. And I think I was running Confuse, right, or Hypnosis. One of the two. I remember one of the two moves on Milotic for that set, but Milotic, it will eat up Thunderbolts for days even without the Mega Evolution. Literally, like, this thing is so bulky. I really love it. You can just pretty much eat up a Thunderbolt. It'll probably take like 15 to 20% of your health, and just you can pretty much set up with this Pokemon if you wanted to, and just use spam Recover, and you're pretty much golden. So base 155 for a Milotic, I feel like will be very, very OP. It'll be one of the best bulky monsters in the game. So base 155 I feel like is a very, very well balanced stat for a Mega Milotic. And for its speed, I only increased it just a smidge from base 81 to base 91. Now Milotic doesn't get access to like moves like Dragon Dance, for an example, so I wanted to increase its its speed just a little bit to base 91. That way it'll be roughly around, like, be able to outspeed a lot of Pokemon, and also be like roughly around the same base stat in speed as well. So I feel like base 91 will be very good for a Mega Milotic. Now as a regular Milotic, its base stats at 540, with the Mega Evolution is going to be at 640. Now for its ability, I decided to give this thing Pixelate, and also for its typing, I decided to make this thing part Fairy. Now, I remember making the old Milotic video that I did a while back ago, and I made it part Fairy, but I gave it the Marvel Scale ability. Now, the reason why I'm giving it the Pixelate ability is because Milotic only gets access to literally one Fairy type move, and that's Disarming Voice. Now, you're probably going to be telling me in the comments, well, Milotic doesn't get access to really any special, like, normal type moves that it can benefit from the Pixelate ability. Well, like, the only move that it gets access to that will probably benefit from it is Hyper Beam. Now, I've said this before in countless of other videos. Game Freak is probably going to have, if we're going to be getting a Mega Milotic, I'm pretty sure, and I guarantee you, Milotic is probably going to be either part Dragon or part Water or part Fairy, and I'm leaning more towards the Fairy side just because of how it looks. So Game Freak is probably going to have to give this thing like Moonblast, or get access to Dazzling Gleam as a TM in Pokemon Sun and Moon, if it's still a TM in those games, or give it Hyper Voice as like one of its tutor moves or breed moves. That way pixelate will actually be, you can benefit from the pixelate ability. Just give Game Freak just needs to give some like sort of move that can actually benefit from the fairy typing and also from the pixelate ability, because that's pretty much the only reason. Just because I know a lot of people are probably going to complain and bitch if I didn't make this thing part fairy, because everyone envisioned Mega Milotic being part fairy, so that's pretty much the only reason why I did that. So like I said, it only gets access to like one special move that it can actually benefit from, and that's Hyper Beam. It may get access to other ones, but from what I'm looking at, it only gets access to just one special move that's normal, and that is Hyper Beam. If I missed one, then I do apologize, but like I said, I don't see anything else other than like Hyper Beam. So let's see. It gets access to Swift as a tutor move, or not a transfer move, excuse me. Other than that, that's pretty much it. So like I said, Game Freak is probably gonna have to like give Moonblast as a level up move, or let it get access to Dazzling Gleam as a TM if that actually is still a TM in Sun and Moon, or give it like Hyper Voice or something like that to benefit from the pixelated ability and also the fairy typing. So that's pretty much my whole my whole explanation about making this thing part fairy and giving this thing the pixelate ability. So anyways guys, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, and also don't forget to comment and subscribe. Now the previous Milotic video will be in the description box down below, so you guys can go and check it out. So like I said, this is White Boy for the win. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys later.